The Secret and The Law of Attraction. I watched the movies and read the books, and here's the thing about The Secret. What you want is not going to fall into your lap. That's not how the universe works. Getting what you want comes from seizing your inspirations, asking for guidance, getting the answers, and then doing it while building your courage through daily disciplines that change as you grow. Tentative is no power. Continuously step boldly and strongly into your purpose now. Now is the only time that really exists. Getting what you want comes from working at it every day. Now, I'm not saying work hard. I'm saying work at it every day. You could be working 16 hours a day and you love doing what you're doing, so it's not really work to you. You're just living your life right. You see what I'm saying? Continue to think of ways that you could be networking through not working. Get out there more. Do what you like to do, where there's other people, and then talk with them about what you do and make friends. If you're at a party or some event that you like, you're having a great time talking with people, making new friends, where you get 8 phone numbers from people and 3 of them become clients that pay you. Would you call that work? While you're helping those clients who are paying you to improve their lives, and it's making you feel good knowing how much you're helping them, would you call that work? The answer is yes. So go to work more on stuff that you like. Learn the stuff that you don't like doing enough to hire the right people to do that for you. So you can focus on all the stuff that you do like and how you can get paid doing that stuff. Charging people money for your services is a service to them because they're going to get so much more out of it when they have to pay for it, because they'll take it more seriously when they pay money for your service. Keep in mind that life is a fun ride, and every current moment is a gift. That's why it's called the present. Real Magic. Reading number 22. Real Magic by Dr. Wayne W. Dyer. Reading number 22. Create an intention inventory for yourself. Create an intention inventory for yourself. Not a wish list, but an inventory of what you intend to create within yourself. The kind of person you want to become, along with the necessary ingredients for creating that person, are all within your power. You must first, italicize, know this. First, know this. Then shift your intention stance. Quote, I intend to manifest the necessary talent and intellect to become the kind of purposeful person I am destined to be. This kind of inner commitment to your own excellence is the stuff of which miracles are made. I intend to manifest the necessary talent and intellect to become the kind of purposeful person I am destined to be. You will begin to have a better memory if you, quote, intend that it will be so, rather than focusing on how many things you are forgetting. You will concentrate your mind on all that you are able to remember. Quote, I was able to think of that person's name without any difficulty that time. I am truly improving my memory. Quote, I did that yoga exercise without any strain for the first time. I am manifesting a new talent. Quote, I actually stood up for myself with that pushy salesperson. I am creating a self-confident manner. Use your mind to focus on what you are intending rather than on what you are unable to manifest. In this way, you shift from wishing to action, and you are using your intentions to bring about miraculous personality changes as well. Dot italicized. Begin to act in your physical world as if that person whom you would love to be were already here. Even if you have convinced yourself that you have been afraid of crowds all of your life, or that you are a sickly person, or that you are lacking the intellectual skills to associate with certain people, begin to act as if the miraculous person you would like to become were already here. Yes, I said fake it! Exclamation mark. With fake italicized. Go right out and, without ever telling anyone else that you really are a quaking, shivering mass of jelly inside, act confidently in a given situation where no one knows you, in that present moment of your life, regardless of what you have convinced yourself of in your mind. You are that new, miraculous, self-confident person. Act the part that you want to play. The acting is the physical world. The want, the italicized want, is the inner voice. There is no one on this planet who is any better in God's eyes than you. You have that Spirit of God flowing within you at all times. And you will discover a simple secret. Anything you desire to do, you can do. Anything. Anything you desire to do, you can do. Anything. The key is desire, which is an invisible, dimensionless concept that resides within you. If you truly desire it and can picture it for yourself, you can manifest it. The way to this truth, for me, says Wayne Dyer, has been to act as if that which I desire within myself were already here in the material world. When I was applying to graduate school, I knew that my test scores on the entrance examinations were not at the top of the scale. But throughout the admission procedures, I was behaving as if I were already in the program. Every interview was an opportunity for me to do just that. And despite the odds against it, I was admitted. I had already seen it in my mind, and I knew that it would be so. When I was admitted, I heard that only a small percentage of those who were admitted actually completed the program and the dissertation. But I saw myself completing the program, and I saw myself doing it in 3 years. I acted this way at all times. I announced from the start, whenever the subject would arise, that I would complete my doctorate before my 30th birthday. In 3 years of full-time study, along with full-time work and parenting as well. On May 4th, 1970, 6 days before my 30th birthday, I passed my final oral examination. I had already known in my mind, and I acted as if it were a reality long before it was manifested in the physical world. Use the technique of first seeing it and then acting upon that image before the actual event is materialized. It cannot fail you. Dot, italicized. Learn to pre-play who it is you want to be in your mind before you put anything into action. For example, if you feel that you lack the talent to sing or paint, go within and live out your life on a spiritual basis first, and then try it out in your material world. See yourself at an easel, creating a masterpiece, much like you do in your dreams, effortless, flowing, and without judgment. Practice being this spiritual consultant to your physical world on a regular basis. Sing out with perfect pitch in your imagination. Glory in the wondrous feeling of joy that you receive from holding nothing back and just belting out your own tune. Forget about anyone in the physical world and what their reactions might be. Simply allow yourself this inner voyage of talent. This is how you create the miracle of talent. This is how you create the miracle of a talent that you never believed possible for yourself. You live spiritually first. That is, you live it out in your mind, your IQ, your habits, your personality, your health, and your fearlessness. Pay the most attention to your inner dimension and know that everything that you have created about yourself as a physical being has the mental equivalent within you. It's in this dimension that you want to be totally accepting of your own greatness, non-judgmental, unlimited, simply allowing yourself to swim in your ocean of abundant inner possibilities. You don't want to share these inner pre-plays with anyone. You don't need to share these inner pre-plays with anyone. They can be your own private journey. They can be your own private journey. They will lead you to real magic if you stay with them unconditionally. Dot, italicized. Remember, dot, italicized. Remind yourself that if you have judged yourself to be lacking in any personality variable, you will continue to manifest that lack as long as you focus on it in your mind. You can never get enough of what you don't want. Your low self-regard will continue to plague you. Your lower intellectual abilities will stay with you as you convince yourself and others of your limitations. Everything about yourself that you see as a lack will keep on being more of a lack until you, italicized, know something different about yourself. And what you know about yourself is yours for the choosing. If you have a choice in what you will know about yourself, then why not know positive things rather than negative? You got to where you are in your self-assessments because of your choices. Keep that simple realization close at hand, and it will serve you well, creating miracles for yourself. Dot, italicized. Seek out no opinions on your own personality. Ask nothing of anyone in the way of assessment. Forget about looking to IQ tests to determine your abilities. Look instead to your own divine awareness of your unlimited abilities. Forget about what others say regarding your talent or fitness for anything. Always consult your own personal observer or invisible guides that are a part of your intuitive awareness. Others may give you, quote, realistic assessments of your abilities, but you are not interested in having their opinions, either negative or positive. It's enough that you know it and that you pursue your own interests. If you meet with obstacles, so be it. Bless those hurdles as lessons that God has provided, and then move along on your path. Use discouraging words from others as reminders of your determination to get your life on purpose and your own dream. Ask nothing of anyone. Be polite when their opinions come along. Send them loving things for their thoughts, and then proceed to go within. Wayne Dyer says, I have personally learned to avoid the slings and arrows that come my way in my public pursuits. I have millions of books and tapes out there in the marketplace. Some people love them, others see them in an opposite light. It's enough for me to write and speak from my own position of purpose, knowing within that I am on the proper path. I have learned to ignore the reviews and stay on purpose. I am not trying to please anyone else in my work. I am simply doing what I know to be the right thing for me, while always considering improving the lives of others. And doing divine work. If my work helps you and others, I am thrilled. If not, I'm still thrilled at being able to produce it. I am not focused on the outcome of my efforts. Results are not what motivate me. I am motivated by my inner awareness of having a heroic mission and staying with it, regardless of outcomes. Ironically, since I have been able to get my life on purpose, my writing and speaking seem to flow better than ever. I encourage you, too, to live this irony. Ask nothing and you will receive much. And if the receiving is your aim, you will be living a life of constant deficiency. Dot, italicized. Develop your own personal excellence program, first in your mind, and then start putting it into practice in your daily life. Your own personal excellence program. See yourself exercising, eating more vegetables and fruits, drinking more water and less soda and alcohol, reducing your intake of poisons, attending yoga classes, reading life-enhancing books, listening to tapes on spiritual and physical growth, and quietly sitting in meditation. Get a picture of yourself actually doing these new kinds of behaviors and visualize the desired results. See yourself trimmer, less out of breath, with lowered blood pressure and cholesterol readings, feeling lighter and ageless rather than aging, attractive and content with yourself. When you regularly hold these mental pictures, you will begin implementing them in your daily regimen. you will begin to make time for being healthy and happy. You will find your body responding in beautiful, miraculous ways to your mental equivalents. Dot, italicized. Use meditation regularly to create the inner harmony and peace that will allow you to become the personality that best suits your magnificent divine purpose here on this planet at this time. While meditating, experience your own death in your mind. See yourself moving into the light and discarding the robes you have been using, that you have come to call your body. Look back from this perspective on all that you are attracted to. Look back from this perspective on all that you are attracted to. Meditation, how absurd these attachments truly are. You can see from this vision that you can own nothing, that it's just the items of your life as it would be to hang on to the characters and physical manifestations in your dream after you have awakened. Awaken in your meditation and know that your eternal formless self is free from attachments and worries. To die while you are alive is an enormously enlightening experience. The experience removes your fears and teaches you who you really are. Discovering that invisible force that is within you allows you to treat this physical world that you showed up in with reverence, but without attachment. Discovering that invisible force that is within you allows you to treat this physical world that you showed up in with reverence and without attachment. This will free you to be purposeful rather than chasing rewards and results. Dot, italicized. Use your meditations to see yourself free from the labels that you have placed upon yourself and to become free of the big lies about your inability to change certain things about yourself. Get very peaceful about being perfect and having all that you want to live your purpose. Meditatively activate your knowing that you do not need another thing to experience miraculous changes in your personhood. Allow yourself to experience the feeling that you already are everything, including a miracle. As you contemplate all of these messages in these 4 chapters on manifesting real magic in your life, think about these words from Hermann Hesse and work each day to make them apply in your own personal reality. Insert. There is no reality except the one contained within us. That is why so many people live such an unreal life. They take the images outside for reality and never allow the world within to assert itself. Your miracles are an inside job. Go there to create the magic that you seek in your life. That is indeed your only reality.
Chapter 7, Real Magic and Your Physical Health. Here's a quote from William Shakespeare. Our bodies are our gardens, to which our wills are gardeners. This book emphasizes your unique capacity to create real magic in your life. The central premise is that you become what you think about all day, and those days become your lifetime. It's my belief that you have been, italicized, taught the physical limitations of your own body. You have been taught what it can do and how well it can do it, how often it gets sick or injured, how difficult it is to stay at perfect health, approximately when it will die, and what diseases and addictions it can and cannot overcome. You have been subjected to what amounts to an indoctrination on your own limits as a physical being. This chapter will help you unlearn most of what you have been taught. For entering the magic garden of miracles means the emphasis is on developing a consciousness of possibility rather than impossibility. To create the miracles that you seek in your physical body, you want to follow some new strategies. I will not be writing about what foods you want to be eating, what exercise programs you want to adopt, what nutritional information you will want to consider, how much rest to get, what vitamins and minerals to use, and so forth. I do not discount the importance of these things. Quite the contrary. I pay close attention to all of them. And you want to also. Obviously, you know that vegetables are better for you than gummy bears. You do not need to be told that exercise is better than being a couch potato if you want to achieve maximum physical health benefits. You know that proper nutrition involves eating more fruit and less fats and sugar and drinking a lot of water. If you want to learn more about proper nutrition, exercise, and fitness programs or diets that work, there are many excellent books available at your local library or bookstore. My particular favorites are Perfect Health and Unconditional Life by Deepak Chopra. Title of his book, Perfect Health, and title of another one by Deepak Chopra, Unconditional Life by Deepak Chopra, MD. And the book, which is called Fit for Life, by Harvey and Marilyn Diamond. Yet, with all this information so readily available, why are so many of us trapped by physical limitations? Why do so few of us attain peak physical health? It's in this area that I choose to write directly to you. I know that you are already a physical miracle waiting to unfold. I am absolutely convinced that you have it all when it comes to your physical body, and that you don't want to experience the limitations that characterize your way of living. I also know that you know what to do about it. You don't want another diet book or another exercise video. What you want is the ability to translate what your mind already knows into physical reality. And this is all accomplished by realigning yourself along the principles outlined in the first part of this book. Now it's time to get specific about your physical body and get you started on manifesting miracles in your health and physical accomplishments. New heading: Defining your miracle. As you approach this subject of real magic for yourself, as a physical specimen of perfection. Keep in mind the body in which you have showed up in the first place. You will not be asking yourself to be 6 foot 6 inches if you elect to show up here in a 5 foot 6 body. You do not want that 6 foot 6 inch body, and you are aware of that. Perhaps next time. For now, as you consider what it is that you would constitute a genuine miracle for yourself, related to your physical being, just ask yourself the questions that are truly important to italicize you. Ask yourself the questions that are truly important to you. What would you genuinely like your body to look like? What would you like it to be able to realistically accomplish? What poisons would you truly like to see out of your body permanently? What healings would you love to see take place so that you can truly live the miracle? After asking yourself these questions, try this terrific exercise. Stand before a full-length mirror and close your eyes. Now, envision precisely what you would like this physical body to be, italicized, able to accomplish. How you would like to look, how healthy and addiction-free you would like it to be. With your eyes shut, get this vision firmly planted in your consciousness. Now open your eyes and look carefully at the body that you have created. Yes, I said that you have created. Do you have a knowing or a doubt about your ability to fulfill your inner vision? If you're like most people, you doubt your ability to create your miracle. Most people I have talked to about this matter of miracles and their physical bodies define it as the fulfillment of a dream. Most people I have talked to about this matter of miracles and their physical bodies define it as the fulfillment of a dream that they know is remotely within the realm of possibility, but that they currently believe to be impossible. As you go about examining what it is that would constitute a miracle for yourself in this area, keep this thought uppermost in your mind. Italicized. Anything that has been accomplished by another human being in the physical realm is within the field of possibility. Anything that has been accomplished by another human being in the physical realm is within the field of possibility. This is a reminder that the universal law that allowed any miracle to have ever occurred in any human being at any time has not been repealed. Do not be afraid to imagine for yourself anything that has ever been accomplished, even if at this time you do not have the confidence that you can pull it off in the body you currently occupy. You just might have to transform your body in order to make it happen. At this point, just allow yourself to imagine what it is that would constitute real magic for yourself, and keep it uppermost in your mind. Defining your miracle is the first step toward making it your reality. Perhaps it's in having your body look and feel as it once did, even though you have lost that magic feeling and haven't seen it for a long time. Perhaps it relates to an illness that you would love to see removed from your body, but you doubt your ability to heal yourself. Perhaps it's in overcoming an addiction or a series of addictions to toxic substances that have dominated your life. Perhaps you would love to complete a triathlon or run a mile or swim across the lake or anything that simply has always seemed to be out of your reach. I'm not asking that you walk across that lake or fly over the treetops or change the shape of your nose with magic thinking. I am asking you to simply and clearly have in mind what it is that would constitute a miracle for you and you alone. Get the vision, and just for a few minutes as you read through this chapter, suspend your disbelief, your skepticism, and allow yourself to take this journey toward real magic. Remember, your body is only the physical package that houses the invisible part of you that we call your soul or higher self. How about that? How that body functions, its relative state of health, and all of its abilities stem from the mind. As you think, so shall you be. So let's consider what you want to do with your mind in order to create real magic in the realm of your physical body. New heading, becoming a willing student. Remember the ancient Zen proverb I quoted at the beginning of this book? Quote, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. If you want to see a miraculous transformation in your entire physical being, a shift to super health and super accomplishments that you once thought impossible, you must shift your inner world, that invisible self called your mind, from the state of, quote, wishing it were only so, to an intention of willingness to pay attention to whatever comes your way that will assist you in this endeavor. Become a student of your physical body. In your mind, decide that in spite of present physical health or abilities, you are already a miracle. You are in possession of a body that is filled with the universal flow of life. Just being able to contemplate such an exciting state is miraculous all by itself. You can see a stone or a cement block or a tomato plant. But no, you are filled with something that allows you to breathe. Be a stone or a cement block or a tomato plant. But no, you are filled with something that allows you to breathe and touch and taste and see and contemplate and be alive in the universe. If you are committed to seeing your physical self with wonder and awe, and if you can know deep within that your invisible self wants the body it inhabits to be as healthy as possible, then you are a student who is ready. However, if you are really only deluding yourself with this kind of thinking, and somewhere in that invisible higher self that occupies your body, you are filled with doubt, saying, quote,
I would like to maximize my physical body and experience this real magic, but I know that I can't do it because I've never been able to do it before, and basically I am weak, and I will give in to the very first temptation that comes along, then you are not a student who is ready. Instead, you have some real work to do in the invisible realm that is your very essence here in the material world. Let's assume that the nagging doubt is still there, and you're in a position of wanting to experience real magic in the physical body you occupy, but you seriously doubt your ability to do so. What will happen if this is your story? And it is indeed a very common one. The answer is in the Zen proverb. Quote, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. What you guarantee with mental doubt is that you will not receive the guidance and assistance that you want. In other words, you have refused to let the teachers appear who can assist you in this endeavor. It's not that the teachers are not there and unwilling to assist you. It's that you are unable to allow them to come to your aid. Your mental doubt, those thoughts which direct the machine called your body, are sending real magic away. If this is what you have believed, then you are substituting real tragic for real magic. Make no mistake about this. You create the absence of real magic with intentions that doubt your abilities. The tools you have used to create your physical self are your thoughts, those that have been imposed upon you, as well as those you have decided upon as your way of processing your universe. I am assuming that you are still in a doubting mode. Otherwise, you would have experienced that real magic of perfect health. It is incumbent upon you to examine how to change those thoughts around so as to give yourself the opportunity to create real magic in your physical being. Hello.
Good morning.
Welcome back. You want some help?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
Got it? Is this stuff in your way right here?
No. It's all right.
Okay, thank you. I'm doing a Facebook post right now.
I see that.
I can move this if you want me to. You want me to move
it's
it?
okay. I'm leaving anyway.
Okay. All right, well, can I continue then?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Dr. Elizabeth Kubler-Ross, in a passage from italicized and capitalized, which is the title of her book, Healers on Healing, explains how she had to unlearn some of the things that she had been taught throughout her career. Insert. At one of my workshops, a huge man weighing perhaps 400 pounds suddenly and unexpectedly went into an acute homicidal rage. I could see that I had to rescue a woman who was much too close to him. I stepped forward and pushed her away. But in the process, the man brought a rubber hose, which was supposed to be used to take out anger on the phone book, down on her bare toes with all his strength, crushing her. I could not stop to focus on the pain. I capped my big toe with my hand, ignoring the pain, and focused all my energy on the enraged man in order to push him even further into the depths of his rage, so he could go all the way through it and get it out. Then suddenly he was over it and the group was safe. I found myself wondering why I was sitting in such a strange position, pulling my right knee up and holding my big toe, remembering what had happened. I took my hand away and to look at my toe, expecting the worst. To my amazement, there was no trace of any injury. It had been instantaneously healed.
I have had several other experiences of spontaneous physical healing in emergency situations. In each case, the reason I was able to heal myself was that I did not have time to think. As a physician, I have been trained to believe that such instantaneous healing cannot happen. But in emergencies, when we have to focus totally on the situation and have no time to think, we do not block our innate potential for self-healing. Potential that I believe each of us has. If we would develop more trust and faith in our own inner healing ability, spontaneous physical healing could occur more often. That's the end of the insert. Although this passage focuses on physical healing, Kubler-Ross's conclusions apply to all aspects of one's physical well-being. If you are a student truly getting ready to be ready, you will assume responsibility for all that you have created, your body's relative state of health, your physical attractiveness, your addictions or bad habits that serve to restrict you from experiencing perfect health. These are all the results of your intentions over a lifetime. Your first step is to accept complete responsibility for all of this. Then re-examine how you have used your mind to create the physical body that houses your soul on this glorious spiritual journey here in human beinghood. In order to remove nagging doubt and transcend the old way of thinking and creating your physical body, take an honest look at how it has been working and then commit yourself to a trial period of change. Once you have firmly entrenched a new way of processing the creation of your physical life, your teachers will begin to show up just as they have all along. But now you will be in a position to accept the assistance they will provide. New heading: 7 steps to manifesting real magic in your physical being. You can learn to develop more trust and faith in your body to heal itself and stay healthy. How? Begin with a review of the 7 beliefs for achieving real magic that I presented in Chapter 1, as they apply to your own physical body. 1, italicized. Recognize that there is an invisible life force within you. Have you recognized the all-powerful, visible life force that is within you? Even though you can never experience it with your 5 senses, learn to tap into this life force when you are trying to understand the physical workings of your body. When you make contact with this life force in a positive, believing way, you will begin to act automatically upon what that force within you dictates. You will begin to act automatically upon what that force within you dictates. For example, if you have convinced yourself that you are incapable of being physically fit, that you are too weak to accomplish certain tasks such as swimming or running long distances, or that you are sickly and unable to transcend the diseases that run in your family, this is the direction that your body has taken. Others have very likely taught you to believe in such pronouncements, and do not know any other way. Each day you look in the mirror and you see a flabby body or a weak body and tell yourself how unfortunate you were to have inherited big bones or genes that don't allow you to be healthy. Then the life force that is always within you works at reinforcing your thoughts. In order to be a student who is ready, begin to re-examine those inner voices and, at the very least, start to challenge them firmly. Just as Dr. Kubler-Ross realized the amazing ability of the body to practice self-healing instantaneously, so too must you convince yourself, at least in your mind, of the power of your body to heal and strengthen itself. Two, italicized. Know that your thoughts originate with you. Rid yourself of the belief that you are not in control of your body. Shakespeare, in the quote at the beginning of this chapter, referred to our, quote, wills. Yes, your will is the gardener that tends the garden called your body. That will is totally invisible. Nevertheless, it originates with you and only you. Give yourself permission to use that invisible will in a way that opens up your physical body to what has seemed impossible. Know that your thoughts originate with you and that they control all of your physical experiences. Although you may not be able to create a world-class bodybuilding physique that will win you an Olympic gold medal, you do have the capacity to be grand, divinely healthy, and capable within the body you have. If you truly believe in acts to heal your body of diseases and conditions that you believe beyond your control, you will discover real magic. And the willingness to use trust and knowing will come to you only through your thoughts. And when you have that knowing and believe in it and go to it often in the ways I am suggesting here, you will be unable to go back to doubt. 3, italicized. Realize that there are no limits. There are no limits. Begin reinforcing within your trusting mind that there are no limits existing within the physical world. To achieving, there are no limits existing within the physical world to your achieving real magic in your life. There's nothing to stop you from converting your illness to wellness. Italicized with an exclamation mark. Nothing. If you are reading these lines and saying to yourself, quote, he's wrong, he doesn't know about my condition, then that is what you will be using to create your physical body as you read along right now. Your limits will be what you defend and believe, and you can only act upon what you think, even in the creation of the physical body that you occupy. That body is constantly being recreated. The tools for recreating it and reproducing the new cells that will replace the old are all within your invisible self, your mind. Regardless of what any medical team may have convinced you of. Regardless of what you experience of addiction to substances such as nicotine or caffeine or alcohol. Regardless of your eating disorder that you so religiously hang on to. All of these conditions of your body, italicized, all of them are capable of being reversed in some miraculous way. But only if you know and understand that the limitations that you experience are the result of limited thinking and limited believing. The very least you can do rather than hanging on to your limitations, is to shift around how you are going to process your thoughts toward your body. Maybe, just maybe, those physical limitations that you know and experience are the result of your thinking. As you toss away your limited thinking, the teachers that have long been absent in your life will begin to appear and to guide you to miracles. Remember, thinking that you must have limitations is like putting a barricade in front of you that will not permit those teachers to appear in your life. All right, I want to make another book recommendation on this. The book's called You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. It's a great book. I love this book. I got this book and I read it. I made my own narration of it, like I'm doing here. And then I listened, and then I got the physical. I got the audio book. How did I do that? Okay, I think what I do is I got the audio book. Okay, I got the audio book and I listened to the audio book while I was reading the physical book. I think that's how I did it. I guess I didn't make my own narration of that. I think that's how I did it. Anyway, You Are the Placebo is a great book. You Are the Placebo by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He goes into great detail in the beginning of it, and he talks about how he was a very well-respected chiropractor, and he was in a marathon, and in the biking part of the marathon, he got run into and dragged for a while. He got hit by like an SUV, like an old lady driving an SUV, like ran into him and dragged him for a while on his bike, and his back was really broken. His back was his spine was broken in like all kinds of places and stuff. He was like really messed up, and like all the doctors were saying to him, you have to have this surgery where we put this metal in your back and all this stuff, or you're not going to be able to function in normal life. And he decided not to have surgery and to fix his back himself with his thoughts and his feelings and his own exercises and his pool and stuff like that. So that experience basically made him blow up from a chiropractor to someone, to a healer. So You Are the Placebo is a great book. He's really into meditation and all that stuff. And Dr. Joe Dispenza has lots of great meditation guided. Does a lot of great guided meditations for free on YouTube and stuff like that too. So it's definitely a good idea to be familiar with Dr. Joe. And You Are the Placebo is a great book on this topic that Wayne Dyer is talking about right now. 4. You, italicized, know that your life has a purpose, is where I'll begin the next reading on page 218.
And law of attraction. I watched the movies and read the books, and here's the thing about The Secret. What you want is not gonna fall. How the universe works. Getting what you want comes from seizing your inspirations, asking for guidance, getting the answers.
What you want's not going to fall in your lap is what got cut out, I saw when I moved the camera.
Building your courage through daily disciplines that change as you grow. Tentative is no power. Continuously step boldly and strongly into your purpose now. Now is the only time that really exists. Getting what you want comes from working at it every day, Now, I'm not saying work hard. I'm saying work at it every day. You could be working 16 hours a day and you love doing what you're doing, so it's not really work to you. You're just living your life right. You see what I'm saying? Continue to think of ways that you could be networking through not working. Get out there more. Do what you like to do. Where there's other people.
Do what you like. Go.
You do and make friends. If you're at a party or some event that you like, you're having a great time talking with people, making new friends, where you get 8 phone numbers from people and 3 of them become clients that pay you. Would you call that work? While you're helping those clients who are paying you to improve their lives, and it's making you feel good knowing how much you're helping them, would you call that work? The answer is yes. So go to work more on stuff that you like. Learn the stuff that you don't like doing enough to hire the right people to do that for you, so you can focus on all the stuff that you do like and how you can get paid doing that stuff. Charging people money for your services is a service to them because they're going to get so much more out of it when they have to pay for it, because they'll take it more seriously when they pay money for your service. Keep in mind that life is a fun ride, and every current moment is a gift. That's why it's called the present.
Real magic. Reading number
Real
22.
magic. Reading number 22.